Player coming at you with my first chaotic video. Real video for anyone who doesn't fully understand the rules of chaotic. So these are a bunch of my cards. Fire, water, wisdom. Again, outperform power 5 and initiative fire. So you're probably gonna go first. I love Ninder. He's amazing. I'm gonna call this my Desert Raiders deck. Ultra rare Headmaster in Kaija. Ooh, these brand once again. Probably my favorite pull today. Elements. This is up YouTube. Speed Player here, coming at you with another match on Trade Cards Online. What is up YouTube? Speed Player here, and what I have is 288 packs of Secrets of the Lost City Alliances Unraveled. What is up YouTube? Speed Player here, coming at you finally once again with another live deck review. So, yeah guys, if you've watched my last video, then I said I hoped I didn't have to wait another 3 weeks before putting another video. Well, it's been way more than 3 weeks, and there's a couple of reasons for why it took so long. Number one, it has been really hard to think of things to do because hasn't been a lot of time for me to go on TCO and do a match, because a good match will usually take you an hour to an hour and a half, and then I have to make the video, which didn't have the time for. Secondly, I just had a really hard time coming up with new deck ideas. Like, I was just not able to think of anything. So then one morning I just sat down and looked through my cards, and then I came across Carrick. Carrick is one of the most forgettable creatures you will ever meet. No music counters, no rarity of note. First season of the show he appeared once, maybe twice. No special ability besides range and swift, which can be supplemented in any deck by a motorcycle, and way more creatures have it. The reason I made a deck with him is because he is uncommon and boring and bland, but his one unique thing is he's the only Underworlder with range and swift. And I wanted to make a deck that anyone could really make, because out of my 120 or so subscribers, I know a lot of you guys don't have that many cards, or you don't have that many good cards. I've been fortunate enough to be able to get some good cards that I've built this channel around. But this deck is mainly it's kind of a pauper deck, but there's one or two supers. But it's just basically a fun deck that can also be good, that most people should be able to make. So yeah, Carrick is one of your main guys. Speed is 75, give him a Levitar, then he becomes a 125 speed range swift fighter who's going to be harder to take down because of it. And I'm using two of him. This one has same energy and speed, the other stats don't matter. This is an air speed deck, also using his element. And then for the center slot, I'm using Ozley Kaor's Pilot, just because he has decent energy, high speed. Indigo Sash brings his speed up to 135, and he has Outperform. Not really too... Second ability is a bonus, but I don't expect it will help you that much, but you might get 5 damage here or there. I'm also running a second Ozley. Same deal, just 5 less energy, same speed. Because of the Outperform, you're going to be able to just deal more damage, and that's good. Like I said, there's nothing too complicated about this deck. I'm running Torna for a defender, just because they all have around 50 or 55 energy. That's what he has. A music counter, that's good. Bronze Fight will bring his speed up to 75. And he is in here to defend Raquani. She's your one super creature. Because she's a Mepeti, and Torna will get disarm when you fight with him. And she's in here just because I wanted to use her, and her ability, Outperform Speed 5, just fits in really well. Nothing too crazy, but Mepeti and Ball your salute for that extra counter. Yeah, also one more thing, all your guys, all your fighters, all your Underworlders are actually scouts, which is why I switched to 2 Ozleys, because originally I was running Kaiba on the Renegade, but yeah, Carrick's a scout, the Ozleys are a scout, and Torna is a scout. So yeah guys, let's get to the Mujiks. So nothing fancy with the Mujiks either, just some basic things. So Discord Disarming, this can be used in tandem with Ozley's ability, so if you're facing his Urium armor or something, you can get rid of it with this, and then get that extra 5 damage. So you can just cast this off Ozley. Improvisational Melody, just for some quick burn, because this deck doesn't have too many counters, you can cast this off Torna. Cadence Clash, you can also cast this off Torna. You can also run Refrain Denial if you wish. Running a Decomposition, just because I wanted to run something new, and this can actually work really well against a lot of decks, especially, I've seen there's been a lot of compost decks on Trade Cards Online recently. I don't know, if you guys look at, like, the homepage, there's there's like 5 or 6 new compost decks, so and a lot of them are actually running stats, so might come up against one of them. This will be a useful thing to have. And then I am running 2 Ember Flourish, just because Underworld decks don't usually have a lot of heal, and your guys don't have scan energy that is very high, so this will help you out a bit. Cast these out for quantity. Any extra counters you can gain should go to her, just that you can use her ability. And alright, let's get to the locations. So this deck is a bit more focused on the fighting of your creatures and not Raquani's ability. She was just kind of a bonus. Another version you could do, which I might do later, is run Von Blute in here and give him a Sandstorm Shroud. But then you would have to take out Torna for somebody else because then he becomes useless. But just because Von Blute's speed is high and you can just give him air and he has counters. Anyways, Crystal Cave, again, because your energy is low, you want to take as little damage as possible, so this will make sure that your opponent is the one who does 0. Unless they're running a strike deck, which you're likely going to... Well, I don't know, 125 speed, 135 speed on Osley. It's coin toss, but your average of Pedian has 95 and up speed, so they're going to beat Carrick and then tie with Osley, so we'll see. Because Carrick has range in Swift, you need Portal Forest in order to take advantage of that, so that's why that's in here, 2 of them. I'm using the Royal Academy of the Melee Arts. The initiative is good, but also because you've only got the 1 cadence and you're not going to be able to stop many music or abilities if your opponent is running burn or something like that. So, reduce burn to 0, and then the Mirage cannot be targeted by music in case they're trying to run something weird. You can still use Raquani's ability on the Mirage, though. So you got 2 of those. It is speeds, obviously Broken Edge gives you initiative and outperform, also drops his attacks by 5, just easy card to run. As well, 2 Brawler's Burrow, you could sub this out for Allures or something, or Mep and Mirage, but I just want to get that extra damage, because again, this is focused a lot on fighting with Osley and Carrick and them, and then that's just extra damage. Get your bigger attack synergy. Alright, the attack deck, again, nothing too fancy. I wanted this to be a simple deck. There is 1 or 2 supers in here, which you'll see, but those can easily be subbed out. So, 1 Vapor Wipeout, just because you are running air attacks. 1 Aftermath Feint for a little bit of Cycle. 1 Meditative Leap, again for Cycle, just because you'll win that stat check, except with Torna, which is kind of a shame, but there's another attack card in here you can use for that. Acceleration, just because you're likely to get the 30 damage because of your super high speed. Because everyone is a scout, and this is actually one of the first things that I thought of when using them, I put in Scout Strike. Now, the damage isn't why it's in here. I put it in here just because it's a cool thing to use when you have all your fighters as scouts. And then looking at your opponent's hand, that can never be a bad thing. Plus, you can still get 20 or 25 damage out of this if you wanted to. So, I'd say pretty good. Inferno Gust, air and speed, you don't get the fire, but it's still going to be 15 damage and up, so that's good. Turbulence Funnel, just a really good staple card. 30 damage and up, potentially 40 or 45 with Osley if you use Raquani's ability. Marksman's, just because this is an easy card to put in and everyone usually has this, and yeah, I don't really care about the elements, but just always a good card to have. 2 Air Assault just for the air. 2 Shriek Shock for consistent damage, so again 5, 10, or 15 and up with Osley. 2 Velocitrap, 15, 10 damage and up. Poison Sphere, of course, for that discipline damage and lower your opponent's speed. This is one of the things you can sub out. I'm kind of using this on a whim, just because I really haven't used this card outside of Dagger decks, and that seems like a darn shame. Because a lot of decks run some kind of nuke attack, like a Mind Mash. If you're facing a Mind Mash or a Discipline Destruction or something like that, or if you're facing Mepedians, this is just a good thing to have. But again, if you don't have this, you can just sub it out for a Turbulence Funnel real easy. Lastly, Obscuring Winds, just for air damage, and then you can boost your speed by 100, say, if you're fighting with Torna here, because his speed's a bit low. Alright guys, so that is the deck. Hope you enjoyed. Obviously, if you're watching this video, then I've come up with a decent title for it. I'm thinking something along the lines of Outcast Army, just because these guys are underworlders that generally no one thinks about. Everyone always thinks about the Kaor and the Kopon and the Von Blute, but yeah, these guys are decent fighters too, and that is the deck. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry I've taken so long, but end of the school year is approaching. I make no promises, but things should be getting better relatively soon. Yeah. Shout out to Kid Maxor just because I watched 2 of your deck videos already. They're really good. By the time I've uploaded this, I'll probably watch the 3rd. Keep up the good work, buddy. I'm Speed Player A, and I will see you guys later. Peace.